So man, as y'all can see from the title of this video, that ego is gonna be your enemy every single time. And we can see that play out in real life with somebody like Dame Dash. Now, in the late 90s and going into the early 2000s, Dame Dash was somebody that had it all. He had the cars, he had the label, he had the women, the champagne. You saw him in the Big Pimpin' video with the two bottles in his hands with the girls around him. He had it all. But ultimately, his ego led to his empire crumbling. Now, the empire is still active to this day, but he's not the emperor anymore. He's not even around the emperor. Dame Dash should be an example for all of us to never, ever let your ego get in the driver's seat. Now, let's rewind this story. Dame Dash partnered with Biggs and Jay-Z to found Roc-A-Fella Records. And that was something that was never before done in hip-hop. Somebody that's independent forming their own label. And Jay-Z had been shopping himself around to various different labels trying to get a deal. But him, Biggs, and Dame all collaborated to found their own record label going by Roc-A-Fella. Now, Roc-A-Fella was one of the hottest hip-hop labels of all time. They had a variety of artists from Kanye West to Memphis Bleak, Beanie Siegel, Cameron, Foxy Brown, one of the hottest hip-hop record labels of all time. And Dame Dash, he squandered away his fortune, he squandered away his label, all because of his ego. Now, while the label was successful up to a point, Dame's ego got so big that Jay-Z just had to let him go. He had to cut ties. He had to sever ties. He was too much of a liability. And when somebody is a liability, you don't try to bring them along. It's only so much you can say to certain people. In your journey, sometimes you're going to have to let certain people go for the betterment of yourself. And it's not meant to be a mean thing. It's just like one of my favorite rappers, Nipsey, say, my circle got smaller because everybody can't go.
Circle got smaller, everybody can't go.
I think one of the primary reasons why he had to let Dame and the rest of those people go is because, like I said, not only were they liabilities, they would come around and they would even disrupt the work environment. In one video, in like a documentary, Dame goes into this label meeting where he wasn't invited. And he comes in belligerent, raising and yelling at everybody in the room. It's a phrase that's spoken in English, in our vocabulary, in our one of our primary phrases is, you treat the janitor with the same respect as the CEO. One thing we have to be mindful of on our come up to success is to treat everybody with respect, to treat everybody equally. Don't only talk nicely to the CEO, don't be a kiss ass to him. And in Dame's case, the CEO was Jay-Z. Don't just be nice to him. Don't just be respectful to him. Don't just be conciliatory to him. But also treat the lower level staff the same way. The janitors, the interns, everybody else. The people that's not even getting paid the same amount as you. You treat them with the same exact respect. Because one day they could be your bosses too. And that's what's made it so hard for Dame to resurface in the music industry again, is because he soured all his relationships. We saw that video where he goes in raging at everybody, disrespectful, rude, belligerent. That is not how you conduct business. And if you have a business partner like that, it makes complete sense why you would want to cut ties with them, why you would want to sever them. You're trying to go up, and the people that you're around, because another thing that we say, you are a reflection of the people that you hang around. And for Jay-Z, he's like, I can't tolerate my brand being tied to somebody like Dame. He's a wild card. He's unreliable. He's disrespectful and rude. And when you're in business and you're trying to cultivate all these relationships, you need to maintain those type of connections. Business is all about who you know. So if Dame Dash pissed off somebody on a lower level staff and they grow up to be a CEO of a business themselves these days, and now we need that partnership, we need to work with this partner to continue to expand our brand. Oh, we can't, because he was rude to him back when he was younger. That's why I always treat everybody with respect. It don't matter who you are. I'm going to say, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. What's good? I'm going to acknowledge you. Hey, how you doing? How are you? You treat everybody with the same baseline level of respect. It don't matter who they are. And we see Dame is still paying the consequences for his actions all those years ago. And that's why he's become so bitter and resentful in his older years. He can't take accountability and be like, hey, I was wrong here. I should have treated this person with respect. I let my ego get out of control. I gotta take accountability. Now I apologize for everybody that I did wrong. That would help. An apology will go a long way. But because the damage is already done and he's unwilling to take accountability, he's gonna see himself repeating the same mistakes over and over and over. And we see that he hasn't had the same success without Jay-Z that he did before him. Jay-Z also has a line. He says,
I heard saying they made ho say, okay, so make another hole.
Oh, they say they made Jay-Z. Well, go make another one then. Dame hasn't had the ability, or he hasn't proven himself to have the ability to make another Jay-Z. And that's why he's also so bitter and upset. We see him go on interviews, and this is primarily one of the ways he makes his money now. Not from his business endeavors that he could be doing, not from his ties in the music industry, not from his ties in investments and in stocks and stuff like that and in real estate. He makes his money from talking about things that happened in the past, all those years ago. Another one of my favorite rappers. I'm somebody who I use hip hop as philosophy. So one of my favorite philosophers I'll say is Baby Tron. Baby Tron said, living in the past, no pape, but he had a story.
Living in the past, no pay, but he had a story.
Dame got plenty of stories, but where the pape at? We see him in the news every other day, filing for bankruptcy. His primary way to make money nowadays is talking about the old days and stuff that happened and stuff that could have happened if he had taken accountability and become a better person. And now we seeing the fruits of his labor. You know what I'm saying? We seeing him be bitter and resentful and still mad at Jay-Z. And of course, naturally, I will understand that. But still, we see him now, all that built up hate and energy and resentment. We see it now. His teeth are falling out. He's going bankrupt. He's losing his wife and stuff like that. People are taking his business ideas and stuff. We see his bitterness is affecting him physically. All that hatred and all that energy, I really believe that it can store up inside of you and twist and turn you until it becomes a toxic force inside your body. And I feel like what's happening to Dame, not only financially, but also physically, is a manifestation of all that bitterness that he has stored up inside of him. Another big Jay-Z line that he said was, I can show you how to move in a room full of vultures.
Show them how to move in a room full of vultures. Industry shady, you need to be taken over.
Dame is the type of person that is gonna crash out and wild out. And that's due to his ego. He thinks he's superior. He thinks he knows best. But Jay-Z, he knows how to talk politely in these conversations. He knows how to maneuver. He knows how to get these people on his side. Now, does that mean Jay-Z's a vulture himself? That's a question for another day. But in this one, dear reader, dear viewer, I want you to get rid of that ego. Drop your ego, or else you're going to see the consequences for years to come, man. So I'll leave you with that message for today, man. I want to thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you take this video and apply it to your daily life. Let go of that ego. Thank you so much for watching. We out.